Why does it seem like the audio from it isn't actually working? I guess you can't see it when you're tabbed out or something. But today is a rare occurrence in the series, actually, as of late, because we're actually ending on a win streak, even though it's only one game. So what I'm going to wonder here is, normally I complain, I'm gonna get like my comeuppance for relying on the free hero so much. Normally I complain like, why has Imani been free for like literally 6 months or something? Why do they keep having the same ones be free over and over? But here I want that House Aiko chick, the healer, to be free again so I can continue playing as her and continue that streak. If she's not free, then I'd have to waste my precious resources. I'll get basically 160k hero. I have like 8 left to play or something. So I'll get 160k hero. And then I have like 3 like free champion tokens, which I assume can be used for anybody. So any 3 of them. So there's still a few that I would need to come up as free. So this is a moment of truth here. And then obviously it's like a question of just a moral victory. Like I've already taken a moral defeat in the series just because overall it's been pretty bad. Like Overwatch 2 was. But the whole reason why I played PvZ Heroes was in fact because I didn't want to do this right after Overwatch 2. I wanted to do it, but not right away because that one was so deflating and so bad. And so then it's a case where you're not really, I don't know how to explain it. Like you're not really, oh, I'm display capturing, hang on. It's one of those instances where OBS will randomly change your thing back to default. It'll sometimes do that with your mic, even if you don't change what you're actually doing. The same exact setup, nothing, you know, I haven't unplugged or replugged anything, and it still does that. But here, we don't have her actually saved. This, or wait, is that even the chick? Who's the House Ico? No, there's the House Ico chick. So we get to continue with her regardless. But see, it almost gives me an incentive to lose on purpose now, because like, oh, he's free. So, but obviously I don't care, but, like, we would want to play as him pretty badly because, you know, that's one of the ones, that guy's one of the ones. So if we go on a losing streak, we actually win because then we have a much better chance to play as all these. But I won't do it like that. I still want a long streak, right? But see, think about how long it would take to get the 60k. You'd be better off throwing as her. Fuck, the underlying incentive, the subliminal incentive to actually throw. You'd rather just lose, and then lose, and that you'd be safe because I only have to play 2 games per episode, or I wouldn't be able to do all 3 then. So hopefully some of these do stick around. She was there, like I said last week. Those 2 were not. So how many is it actually that we have left? We have 2 damage characters, no flank characters, and that's kind of fitting because, like I said, flank is probably my least favorite. Well, it's like even damage I don't like that much. I like the roles where you actually play a role. You only have 3 here, 4, 5, 6. Well, actually we played her 6, 7, 8. So let's say 4 of them we can take care of. We can buy 1 for 60k. We can play 3 with the tokens. So we only have 4 left that we need to do, and 2 of them are free right now. But I'm not going to think like that. So we had an okay game, I guess, with her, but I do like playing healers, and like I always say, I might not be a very good healer or whatever, but I'm at least very willing. Like I always complain that, oh, these healer characters in this game only have like 1 healing ability, and I always just use that. I don't care if I'm doing damage much or not. Her attack animation is pretty satisfying, though. Manifest Arcane Force Incentive 4, bouncing between your initial target and up to 4 additional allies, healing them for 600 per bounce. Spirit-linked allies are healed for 30% more. Tether your spirit to an enemy ally or enemy player. You should never do that on an enemy. It's a waste of time. You heal for 50, and then grant them 0.5. Wait, what? Link to an ally, you heal them for 50 and grant them 0.5% ultimate charge every 1 second. While linked to an enemy, you reduce their movement speed. Oh yeah, and some of these are either bugged or maybe it's just the character. Like, it's too verbose to actually fit there. Like, reduce their movement speed, I'm sure is what it says, but why is it cut off like that? 0 out of 10. Like, give it a negative Steam review. I wonder if you can play this actually not on Steam. Like, if it has its own standalone launcher. It almost seems like it should. Reduce the max damage you can take by 275 per instance, and increase your movement speed and jump height by 3 seconds. I wasn't using that very much. I'm not very good or willing to use mobility abilities. Just, it's sometimes too annoying, especially the ones that like teleport you from point A to point B. I just find that kind of annoying, which is why I also don't like the flank characters. Doesn't mean those abilities are bad, but it's not my style of play. I'm more face roll, even if I am a healer. Or that's why I like tank so much. You can just kind of do what you're doing. Just go right in the heat of battle and just blame the healer if you die. Linked allies are also enveloped. Nearby enemies take 20 damage every... Yeah, see, look at that. Vivify. Infuse a linked ally with life, making them immune to damage for 2 seconds, healing them for 75% after a brief delay. You gain damage immunity and 75% healing. So again, just use all this shit on the tank, right? Use Q on the tank, use right click on the tank, use the Vivify on the tank. This is just going to work on whoever you're tethered to anyway. So thankfully she was free. That was one of the big concerns I had. What was here like last week that it felt like there was a different mode? Huh? Why did I feel like there was a third thing that I didn't queue up for? Hold the point and eliminate enemies. Why does something seem different? Team Deathmatch is still the same thing, isn't it? I'm pretty sure we always queued for all of them. I just want to make sure we don't fuck up the format with some other game mode that we didn't do before. Or maybe I fucked it up last time then by excluding one that I shouldn't have excluded. As long as it's team-based, you're doing it in such a way that... Right now, I'm actually somehow downing it. Capture the objective, push the payload. Obviously, that's the one we've seen the most by far. Hold the point and eliminate enemies is also obviously similar. And in fact, even eliminating enemies isn't the point of that mode, right? It's literally just hold the point. You don't have to eliminate anybody. You could do it as a pacifist run, assuming you can still push them out and stuff. Battle secure the muscle elimination. Yeah, that one always, like I said, favors the non-role classes because, like, everybody tries to go Rambo style in guerrilla warfare and just kind of do their own thing, which is kind of what those mods are fun for. Don't get me wrong, but they'll play less as a team, so the roles kind of matter less. So everybody's playing like DPS, even if they're not. There's not going to be a ton of synergy or teamwork and stuff. This is always a sign that it's bugged and it might crash too. Just I don't think it's something problem with the game because it wasn't doing that the whole several first episodes I was playing. It's like I'm getting punished for how shitty I've done in this playthrough that I don't get to see the cool cosmetics. Although they sometimes use these ones over and over, it does make the game almost seem like, not that, oh, it like lacks supports or updates, but not the fact that it's not there, but you'll see the same one like a million times, like that bunny head thing that makes the music or whatever. We've seen that like a million times. Or even like Omen is new, but like I'm not expecting they add a new champion every week, but at least you know, make this shit look a little bit different, I guess. Yeah, we gotta make sure we get the House Ico chick, who is this one. Haven't been this excited for a Rey, or haven't seen a Rey last this long since the fucking new Star Wars movie about to come out. Pretty cool skin. I don't know what that even means. 05. So at least have a tank, please, because that gives me at least somebody to focus on. You have a healer, you have 2 flanks, or 2 damage, or wait. Why did I feel like Willow was a healer? Wait, what? Oh, no, she's not. She would do like the damage over time stuff. I feel like maybe you had some sort of semi-heal. There's not too many characters that seem to have those kind of hybrid abilities in this game. Or maybe I just forget. Like there'll be a, whatever, Sombra type character or something, where you can kind of do a little bit of both. Okay, so that's all we have to do. Tunnel vision on Khan. I haven't been this focused on Khan since Shah Rukh Khan from fucking the richest actor in the world, apparently, because he owns like a cricket team and all this kind of other shit. Some Indian actor. He's not a bad actor, but it's just like some of these people get so overrated. People seem to not really have liked that Napoleon movie though. I haven't seen it, but I don't actually watch like any movies anymore. Increase the range of chain heal bounces 40%. Link to an enemy, preventing them from healing. That could be very interesting to use, actually. Reduce the damage by any enemy you are linked to. Spirit Link. I don't know. Grant ultimate charge, 50% reload. Increase the healing light. Restraint. I don't know. I don't know which one to use, actually. They all don't seem that good. Let's just focus our attention on Khan, and that should be fine. So just spam the right click, spam the Q, F when you're in trouble, or just whenever he's in trouble too. It kind of gives him the same bonus too. And then the left click, just do whatever the fuck you can. But I definitely don't mind if my damage is low, which you could still say is bad, because you should always be getting damage in too. But like whenever your shit's on cooldown. But I'm not really that worried about it. Like I'll just do whatever I can do. You do that, and then you spam this. Now, my problem is I tunnel vision even in this capacity that I'll let people... I mean, you can just do that sometimes too. Like, even if you don't need it, just wait, what? What? You know, you have a dedicated healer who's just like, what happened there? I don't even understand. I'm so confused. All I was doing was healing them and nothing else, and I wasn't able to actually do anything. They just fucking dropped like a rock, dude. What is that? Actual focus fire god team or something? You would see me like spamming right click whenever it's on cooldown. Like, there's no more amount of healing that anybody could ever possibly do there. I'm so confused. Nobody gives a shit about the flank guy. They're almost as bad at noticing flanks as me. Or maybe that somehow hurt him. I don't know why, but it's okay, right? Like, it's not the end of the world, but you know, I'm not doing this. Or no, you know what probably happened is I probably accidentally healed somebody else, which is pretty easy to do. Maybe that's one problem with this game, or maybe there's some way to focus fire in a way that I don't fully understand, but the reality is that you feel basically like somebody can like walk in front of it, and that fucks you all up. I don't get it. I don't get how he keeps dying like that. There's only so much you can do with this shit, dude. Stupid guy behind there. Imagine actually flanking with a flank character. Couldn't be me. Just have to hold this shit down, but I'm having a lot of trouble doing that. Makes him immune to damage, which maybe that was a good time to do it. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Or you know what I keep doing is I probably do it on the wrong... I probably do it on like an enemy or something because I keep spamming it. Not the heal, obviously, but the fucking link or whatever. Okay, we just survived this minute. We should be fine. I'm not really too sure about this tank. Like, I'm not going to necessarily blame him because it doesn't seem like he's doing anything that bad. But I'm genuinely confused as to how he's dying. Like, I'm literally just standing there and I'm just right-clicking him the whole time. And it's not enough. It's just not enough. I'm trying to do that with the link, but I didn't link him first, so... Yeah, I feel like I keep fucking up because I keep healing somebody I don't mean to heal. Or I keep switching the thing. Yeah, you should use the F, I guess, a lot more just because you can. Okay, that didn't even kill me necessarily, but... So are they going to get it? Because we're still right there. 6, 5. But then it goes into, like, whatever, overtime mode for, like, an hour for these clowns. You'd have to, like, wipe their team, whatever. You have a major advantage here because you spawn right in, but... Fuck. Alright, we can still do it. But... See, when you don't have the confidence as a healer that you can actually keep them alive. Like, I don't understand. What more can you do from a healing standpoint than spam right click whenever it's up, Q on the tank, which maybe I'm not doing entirely right, and then F, I guess I should use maybe a little more strategically, but it just seems like you're doing as much as you can. It's very strange, actually. It never shows you that. Maybe that is like an anti-toxicity thing. Like, oh, they don't want people to be toxic about how bad somebody's playing, so they won't show you the KD ratio and stuff. Khan is asking for help. I don't know how much more help we can give him, dude. It's a rare case where it doesn't even seem like he's doing anything wrong. Right? He's just doing what he's supposed to do. Maybe he's not playing it perfectly, but I don't understand. He just fucking drops, dude. Maybe our damage is just so bad that we can't actually do anything, but like I'm spamming it as fast as as hard as I can. Like, I don't get it. Just do that too. Like, I'm using everything, bro. I had to use an ult just to do that, but it's worth it if it changes the tide of the battle. You don't have to keep fucking with the Q, but I feel like it does run out at some point. But I feel like you keep accidentally healing somebody that isn't him, and then it might heal him for a little bit, but it won't heal him for quite as much or something. He uses ult there. Yeah, we don't always attack, but when I do, I get a kill on the fucking tank, by the way. No, see, I keep what is that? What the fuck was that? Very confusing animation. I genuinely don't know what happened or what that was. It could have been an ult of some kind. Like, whenever I'm not healing, it's just because I'm waiting for the cooldown. There's nothing I can do to impact that. I don't know whether we'll get the second point here, but at least we definitely got this one. Just keep spamming right click and keep spamming F. That's all we got to do. See, that should heal him for a certain amount, right? I'm not sure. Everything just... whatever. Okay, chill out, dude. Chill out. Like, what do you want me to do? What the fuck? There's just those moments where you can't do anything, dude. But yeah, whenever the tank dies, I just go full aggro mode. Like, I don't give a shit, but... your base shot is actually pretty fun. Some of the auto attacks, I guess they're not really auto attacks, but some of those type of mechanics in this game are pretty fun. Lost to pillar count too. I keep fucking hitting that thing. At least we got 1 point there. We shouldn't get distracted by this shit either. Like, just go push it. We got nothing to lose. Use your ults. I mean, I have my ult too, and I would do it on the tank, but they're just not. They're just not here, bro. Where is everybody? Nice. And that was kind of my fault for going so far ahead, but that was our only chance to try to win. And when do we get our million-hour-long overtime? I don't get why it happens now. Like, I guess one person has to be like standing closer to the thing. Like, you'll get overtime even now, even though the bar is not even close to full, just because you feel like it. I was a little too late with my reaction there. See, now I can understand why you wouldn't get it, but maybe you just have to be inside that circle. I don't know. To overcome a 3-1 deficit, as long as they don't win the first thing. I do have my ult up. That was a bit of a clown show because 3 people have their ults up. 4, well, no, 3, obviously I'm one of them, but they don't use them or they don't do anything to make that final push. So I'm not even saying like, oh, I'm playing that well or something, but like there's a mathematical improbability going on here with like you're doing as much healing as you possibly can. If you want to criticize my damage or my positioning or something like that, fine, but healing wise, I don't see how you can do more than that. Aside from like, oh, just time it better, but like you're just spamming it. Whenever it's up, I'm just doing it. Whenever they think he's gonna die, I'll use the ult, but the problem is that doesn't always work as a... Where'd he go? What? Oh. Nice. And that's good game, dude. Fucking yeet him off the map like he's Ben Solo in fucking the end of Return of Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker, even though I haven't seen the movie. Like, dude, this Khan is the ultimate punching bag. It's not his fault. I won't even say he's a bad player. He genuinely just got fucked the whole game, and there's nothing anybody could do about it. Including a advanced healer like myself. I just didn't get it. I did not understand it. You should be just rushing to the thing, dude. Well, good thing, too, because we get to play as these other characters. Wink, wink. How fortunate, even though that was one of the few, like, single game streaks we've had going into another episode. Not that that really matters, but shit Team Gur. How dare Khan say that, though? What do you mean, dude? Definitely wasn't a shit healer. Like, what do you want me to do, bro? 74k healing, which is hard to measure, but at least it's better than... See, the only difference is, like, my damage was shit compared to hers. I did 14 versus that, but look how much more healing I did. Isn't that worth it? Like, so how was their tank staying alive? How was their Khan staying alive if... You know what I mean? I'm so confused by this guy's whole existence. How is he that easy to kill? Like, it makes no sense. There's nothing you could do. You need 2 tanks, 2 healers for him. 189. I don't think I played that bad, actually. 35, 56. I don't know. That was a very confusing game, I must admit. Almost incomprehensible. Let's go ahead and go with the tank. clearly I wouldn't throw these on purpose just to check the boxes, but it does feel like normally some of them stay on for a little bit, right? I don't understand exactly how it works, but Atlas, the man out of time. Ironic. It's kind of like me, actually. Brock, the lightning orc, which sounds like a damage or a flank character, not a fucking healer. Yeah, we'll do him. Chrono Cannon, a futuristic weapon that you can charge up to increase its accuracy and damage while firing fewer shots. You can charge up to increase its accuracy. Okay, deal 780 every 1.4 if fully charging your shots. But what if you don't fully charge it? Then you just have to guesstimate how much you're gonna do. Fire a concentration of chronon energy from your weapon that rewinds your enemy. Oh god, we're gonna be like a tracer tank wannabe over here. What the fuck is this? From your weapon that rewinds your enemy. So I'm gonna end up saving them from death somehow. I could save others from death, but not myself. I'm going to be actually fucking up with that. It rewinds your enemy, but how does that... Like, if they're about to die and then they heal? I don't know. I'd have to test it. That's a very broad, like, oh yeah, blind first playthrough. I'm playing this... Why is the visual bugged out, too? I'm playing this champion for the first time. Blind, permadeath, first playthrough, gauntlet of the game. How the fuck am I supposed to interpret from that text what exactly it does? Right? Like, how much... It's not even, oh, it rewinds in 10 seconds. That's the cooldown. Like, there's no way to know from that. That's how the ults often are. Like, oh yeah, become a dragon and just shoot shit at people. Like, you can't really understand until you see it exactly how it works. Create a barrier in front, which sometimes leads to hilarious things. Like, it does like this close interaction, like where you have to do the ult on the enemy. So if you don't do it, you'll just do like some animation in place and it doesn't do anything, right? You just miss them. Like they have to connect or whatever, like the grab and stuff. Create a barrier in front of you that absorbs all range attacks and projectiles. Rewind yourself into the near past, reversing recent damage and going back to where you were. These are not abilities that I really like though for a tank. This almost doesn't make sense, but modify your Chronon weapon to banish enemies from this plane of existence for a brief period. Okay. This is a little bit confusing. Okay, so just... You gotta charge up the cannon for it to be good. You can send back an enemy in time with right click, which again, how much you want to bet I'm not going to use these mechanics very much. Q is the main thing I want to use. Absorb projectiles, then you could do that. I don't know what that means, like reversing damage, but it's not going to like reset the cooldown, right? Otherwise you could just abuse that whenever the shield is not up. That's sometimes how these characters are designed, though, is to do stuff like that. As soon as your shield gets broken, you can do the F and then do it again. Maybe. This is going to be confusing as hell, actually. We'll do him, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, if you think about the number that we have left, right, we just got to consider 3 healers, 3 tanks. I should be able to like switch and do one game as both, but I don't like doing that. There's no rule that says actually I can't do that, right? If I'm on a streak with somebody, I could go on another streak with somebody else too. I just have to remember, because I don't like that underlying incentive, especially when I play for such short sessions. Like, we're already safe for this episode because I've already played 2 champions as soon as I do this one. But then it gives me a bad incentive. Like, I want this to go on a streak and I want it to go good, but it's such a weird format, like the way that I've been carried by the free hero. So in a sense, it's a failure no matter what I do, but I like how that Khan was bitching, though. I'm not saying he even played bad. I was even defending him, but that's like me saying, what a shit team. Like, you are the shit, dude. And not in a good way. Yeah, this will kind of misrepresent too the nature of this gauntlet, because it's like, you know, Imani wasn't like my best win streak, but somehow she's the highest level, which I don't really get. And I swear to God, she's been free literally forever. As soon as I got the one time I played her, she wasn't free before that, but she's been free ever since. I don't understand. You may as well just consider her like part of my collection at that point, because I don't get it. No support, no flank. Okay, everybody is at least locked in with a roll, which is nice. I forget how this trick actually works, but she has that little lantern that she swings back and forth all hypnotically and stuff. Guy, you can at least see that I'm always like, oh, this is my first time playing that. No mastery level. So people are even bitching in some of the comments like, oh, use your mastery level, use this or that or something, right? But it's like, you can't because you have to go on a good streak first, but that's kind of the reward, I guess. Like, why would I worry about that if I'm literally playing my first game with some of these people? That's not really the point of what this is about either. Like, to hide behind other mechanics like that. You got the Grok guy on that side. Oh, do they not have a tank, or do I just not know? Darius is a healer, Omen's a damage or flank or whatever. That Drogoz guy's like the Pharaoh wannabe chick. Unstable Fissure. Increase your maximum health by 150. Reduce the cooldown, second chance. Yeah, this dude's gonna be confusing as fuck. Like, for example, the shop. It's not like I just don't, I just don't care about the shop. Although this kind of game mode is a little bit more sensible for playing like that. Like, then I'll just play solo. Like Rambo style that I was talking about. Because what that enables you to do is just keep rewinding time to save yourself. But you do have a healer. So as long as we stick together, that's about as much teamwork as you probably need. Won't it be exciting when the series is over and I get to play like fucking League of Legends or Smite or something? There's something else I said recently that I wanted to play, and now I can't remember what it was. I was thinking about Smite for a while, but then there was something else. So all we want to do is oh no, this isn't even the one. Kind of not the best positioning though, because you're supposed to go inside of there. Okay. For some reason I thought it was I'm dyslexic, I can't read. I thought instead of 400 it said 40. Where you have to, it's like the deathmatch thing. No, this one should be perfectly well suited for a tank capability. That's the Fernando clown guy all over again. You can't do this while you're using the cannon, which is a mistake that I keep making. See, that's great. I just saved myself from death, but it's not going to matter because... Or yeah, I'll literally revive someone from death that way. Okay, just heal us. We're all good. And we gotta just put the thing down. Darius is playing aggressive like you're a fucking DPS or something, dude. What are you doing? Just whenever you're about to die, just do it, I guess. But I don't know still how that entirely... Like, dude, Saris, can you heal me? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you just hate me. Saris wants me to fucking die. She just thinks I'm a total clown, which is probably correct, but... Like, literally, you're there for like an hour and you won't heal. She refuses to heal. You can't use it on your allies necessarily to save them, though. That buys you enough time maybe to do a little something. Not really, though. I don't fully understand the right click either, how exactly that's happening. Okay, that was a bit of a clown thing, though. What the fuck is Sarah's doing? Like, the tank's at half health for like 10 hours and you just don't do anything. You just don't give a shit. What? I hit F though, too. We were doing good for a while there, like where we just got inside. So I don't know how we even managed to do that considering how bad they seem to be a little bit. I guess they kind of just vacated the premises a little bit. Now the shield should still... What the fuck? I rewind myself right into that. Like he knew... I guess you do know exactly where they're going to go back to. What the fuck? Now I'm going to blame the healer. What a shit team. What a shit healer. The same way that Khan did. She'll heal everybody but me. Like, I don't get it. You look how long I held out there, but it doesn't matter because you just kind of keep doing the same shit over and over. And then where does everybody go like that? Like, obviously I can't hit the broadside of anything with this, but... Didn't I put down the Q? I thought I did. This is all you have to do. Like, just somehow, you know, push them out. What the fuck was that? But at least they died in doing that. Is that his ult? I forget what that Drogoz guy's ult even is. We keep getting these little stretches where we do okay. I gotta just use the shield a little better. Like, presumably here would be fine. Because there, those indestructible boxes are on your side a little bit. Now here you should just do it no matter what, because it's like whatever. It'll just buy you time. Oh yeah, I always forget in this game somehow to use my ults. So if we're in trouble, you use it, and it just like upgrades your. Or I'll just use it anyway. Or no, I guess I didn't. Pretty bad positioning for that thing, I guess, but it's okay. I should probably use this sometimes where I don't charge it up all the way. Who is hitting me? Now that's how you play a flank character. Actually do something other than just mindlessly face roll and tunnel vision in front of you, but we're still doing okay, but I need to do a little better here. You know, they're overextending like way too far. You shouldn't be doing that, because now we'll lose track of the thing. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Just stay here. That's all we have to do. If they flank behind, at least it's a little inconvenient for them. So I can do F. I was doing it. Yes, you're just kind of CC'd, stun lock all the way. Not that that's really too bad in this game, or at least if you play really strategically, I feel like it could be, but sometimes that's what these games almost feel like. Like that's what Overwatch was trying to do, like a WoW 3v3 arena, except without all the mundane aspects of all the gear and the characters, whatever, classes and imbalance and stuff. There's at least more of an illusion of balance here, because you'd feel like you're I didn't really get how it worked, but okay. Now you can do it again. So look at how much I'm just literally tanking, even though I'm not doing anything else. I literally just stayed alive for 3 times over. So look how much you still absorb or distract them in doing that. It might seem like I'm playing like shit. Certainly I cannot hit anything with this weapon at all. My damage is literally going to be like 0 for the whole thing. But it's okay. If we can just make it through. Finally, I get a kill there, which again, I argue we don't even care about that too much. How do you let him get away? I argue we don't even care about that too much, but it's just, yeah, that ability can be insanely good, though. Just too slow, this thing. Like, I like the idea behind it, but it's just very tricky to use. Somebody's clowning up in the fucking rafters here, trying to be a flank character or something. We can use the F. We may as well just do it. Good. It does a good amount of damage, all things considered, too. The 355, we better not lose now. Imagine winning a game with this shitty of a tank, though. Like, I'm even deferring and saying how bad I am. Like, oh yeah, it's my first time playing the character, but that doesn't matter. Like, you're still just bad. You don't need to have played the character to be better at aiming, you know, a static shot like that. Like, you've ever played fucking Metroid Prime, dude? Do that shit. Wait, how though? How when you're mid-time warp do you still die if... I mean, somebody's still doing some pretty good shit. Maybe the Sarah's is actually pretty good, if that's what... She's playing well, but she's not healing. Or maybe, I forget how her heals work. Like, she can't do them actively. It's like a Sombra type of thing. I mean, whatever. If we win, we win. I'm happy with it. I'm curious to see what the stat lines were for that one. My damage is probably shit. Or it doesn't even have to dictate it by damage. You can just do it by, like, how many hits did you actually land? Like, what was your weapon accuracy percentage or whatever that'll sometimes do in Overwatch. And, you know, obviously it would have been like fucking 0%. So Saris did 60. Okay, maybe I'm misinterpreting how the character works, right? 60k damage, I can't argue with that. Although it's not that good. 11k healing, I mean... Look at how these healers don't... No, but look at the other Saris. The other Saris played how I wanted them to do. 60k heals and 20k. I'd rather you be like that because you only have one healer and, you know, what's the point of being that class otherwise? The 3, 10, and 5, pretty terrible. 13k damage, pretty terrible. Like, even their tank, for example, or whatever. I still don't even know, whatever. The point is we won. And those cheating death aspects are pretty good because that's all you do. You don't even have to know how to aim or know what the fuck you're doing. Run into the objective, wait till you're about to die, put up the shield, or no, run into the objective, put up the shield, then wait till you're about to die, then go back in time, then go back in. By then your shield will be up again, put the shield up again, then let them get through it, then when you're about to die again, use the F again. And by the time they finally kill you there, your team would have either killed them or, you know, captured the objective or done something. You're literally just going in there as a meat shield over and over, which arguably you could say, oh, that's what tanks are supposed to be, or that's what I always do on any tank, but that's a little more extreme because you feel like, you know, just my aim with that is so laughably bad. And then I get a couple killing blows. It's like, that's all I'll do. I won't ever try to hit anybody, but then when I do, it'll be the final shot, apparently. Okay, so we get a 1-game win streak with House Ico Chick going into this one, then we'll get a 1-game win, but we'll keep going. Maybe this will be a long episode because that's a better way to look at it. If you do it for long periods of time, which is my whole philosophy and a lot of things I do, then you don't have to worry. We can win 10 games in a row with this guy, and then we still get to play the other guy if we eventually lose. So you shouldn't worry about that and try to throw on purpose just because... And I'm sure he'd be free later too, but... The point is, if I get through all of these, then how many do I have left after that? I'm just being so particular. You have 2 of those. You have 1, 2... Okay. I can't fucking count. 2 damage, 2 tanks, and 2 healers, right? So you don't have 2 damage, 2 tanks, and 1 healer, right? That check, assuming you play him too. And so the only point with that is the understanding that you could buy her like with your 60k gold, and then you can get 3 of them. The problem is that the ones that I decide to get might be the one that come up as free, so that's the bad fortune of it. Or I could buy like 2 of these, but I don't know if they're, yeah, like I could buy a 30k Inara and I could buy 30k like Vivian. Or yeah, like I could buy both of those. But see, this is why you shouldn't do it willy-nilly, right? Like you shouldn't buy them. Oh, I'll just buy them right now, because then what if one of them comes up as free next time? Then I'll feel stupid because I could have used that on something else. So between the 3 tokens and that, you would literally only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you would have 2 characters left to buy, which if it works out with the 30k thing, it could be good. It could still fuck up somehow, but at the very least, why am I being commended? Equip what? What are you talking about? I don't know what that... Equip what? Temporal Divide. Obtainable... What are you talking about? And why were you commended so late there anyway? Hopefully that won't be anything that drastically changes the gameplay. I genuinely don't know what the fuck that was. Yeah, we have some couple options with the 30k. I guess the worst case scenario would just be if I was able to not like... If I wasn't able to buy a 30k one, then I'd have to buy a 60k one, which could still happen, but... So this dude is already there. See, that doesn't make sense because I won 1 game. I maybe played 1 game and lost it. So in the course of doing that, this guy's already higher level than that. So like, Fernando was actually a pretty good streak. But see, Fernando's streak might have been better than Amani's, but then he's still not as high of a level. So I guess leveling takes into account obviously your performance and other shit like that. But I must have played so good with that skill-based ult that triggers everybody with Amani, where you just turn into a fucking dragon and kill everybody. Which she was one of my favorite characters. Her, and there's a lot of characters that I say like that are, oh, this is one of my favorite characters, or this is such a good character. So don't let my poor performances make them look bad. But there are a lot of fun character designs. Obviously the criticism or the observation that people would have is just that, you know, everybody is going to be in a position where they feel like, you know, oh, it borrowed from Overwatch very heavily, combined the characters, all that kind of stuff. We are going to have that Ray trick, who I can't even blame you if I die, because apparently... Oh, here we go. We get to see the Shaman, dude. Oh, they really can't make up their mind. They want to play a healer, but they don't know which fucking one, dude. They were choosing between the 2 free ones, but then also somebody else that they must own. See how much gameplay time you can get out of a game like this, though? Or maybe just because I play such short sessions, it feels like that, but... I've gotten like a full complete experience, whether it be, you know, a little shorter because I played so bad and died so quickly, but this is like a complete format in and of itself. You don't need to play this game for thousands of hours or hundreds of hours the way that people obviously do. You can just, you know, this is just to get a taste, and I could always do that later too, but okay, team deathmatch is not my preferred thing for this, but I did say for this guy, maybe that kind of works. You can just kind of go in there and keep cheating death. Temporal divide greatly increases the size of stasis field with duration. Oh no, I can't do that. Deja vu heal for 240 after activating stasis field. Now, there's one Achilles heel of this guy though for me is I cannot hit anything with his weapon ever. That's kind of an important part. Maybe not the most important part of being a tank, but I just can't land hits. It's just not possible for me to do that. So we're going to have to win without being able to do that, which I basically did last game because I only had like 13k damage, which is like less than the healer focus Saris that we saw there. I'm not a big fan of holding down buttons like that either, because what I always end up doing is just like but yeah, that I can never seem to actually land either. You gotta use the thing. I don't know, dude. Use this time to heal or something. If somebody's cleverly flanking me or something, that would create a whole nother problem. This Terminus guy can be very annoying too. Wow, we didn't kill anybody. Holy shit. I guess we might not have to worry about the other aspect of it. Well, we'll see. I'm not gonna have a negative attitude, but look, dude, look. That is pretty satisfying to do, but I mean, let's do it all over again, and then I get to do, like, this guy's a very advanced character and he's very good probably, but you just have to look how long like I'm occupying them. But you would think they could get some kills or do something. I don't know what more to tell you. Like, I'm doing my job still as a tank, even if I can't do anything else. This guy is so annoying. Like, at least it undoes sort of his mobility aspect there. And as annoying as he is, you might say, oh, well, I got to play as him. How come I didn't do better? But to let him almost kill me, then do that. Then put down the shield. Yeah, that thing is a little bit hard to hit with. Even harder to hit with than my actual normal weapon. Okay. 4 to 14. I mean, I don't know what to say, dude. Even if I was trying to, like, deliberately hold back my team, you would think it wouldn't have this profound of an impact. I've been good at landing it on him, at least. He's a big target. Only kills we're gonna get are on those little fucking dummy things. Come on, bro. And then that's just what he won. Yeah, send him back in time to when he just died, or before he just died. And then he'll revive again, even though he won't, because he won't get that back. Or will he? I don't know how that works, even. For this, you can upgrade your weapon, which I don't fully understand that either. Let's just try it. I keep trying to do stuff like while I'm charging that up, but then it doesn't work. Or I don't get what happened. It's like I canceled it, but then I didn't because it's up to 60% again. Not a very good place to put the shield, considering that you'll never be able to kill that guy. Like, it's just impossible. Yeah, finish his clown ass off, even though I can't do it. 7 to 27. We're getting rolled over pretty fucking hard. Like, holy shit, dude. It's got to be one of the worst losses in this mode, at least ever. It's not even like we're not playing as a team. We're kind of still grouped up, but I don't know what to tell you. Doesn't this seem like way too insane, though? No matter how bad you think I am, I did just kind of waste my ult, too. I always like to do it when he does the jump, so make him deal with that shit again. Okay, nice little CC chain, stunlock chain. I mean, that one was not even a contest, dude. Holy shit. I sometimes have been doing that a little bit too early, all things considered. I'd like to do my ult, but he's not giving me a chance. The shield doesn't do you any good if they're just running you down and hitting you with melee stuff. That guy's claws are a pretty fun mechanic too. You could almost do that as like make a character class in a game like this, in an Overwatch style team-based shooter game, like where the character class is, oh, you can only use the claws or you can only use whatever. I don't get it. What is happening? I don't even know what that does. Okay, defeat and die at the exact same time, and you get to look at a rock wall as a reward. But that one we didn't even have to deliberately throw for, because I must admit, even as skilled of a thrower as I might be, that is just next level. You wouldn't even be able to do anything. 23k, which is pretty bad, but now why am I getting 0 shielding if I'm using the shield? Like, I guess it doesn't count as like you actually doing it. Like, I'm not going to say I played well there, but I don't know what that was. Like, that was just unbelievable. This one dude's a god, 20 kills. Or wait, oh no, that's just a streak. Okay, so we will get our wish and get to do that guy. And now our safety should be pretty much guaranteed, not to jinx it that way. And why do I never get gold either? Like, you can do it from the daily quest and stuff when you log in or whatever, like log in reward, right? But we've been sitting there for a while, so am I not even going to get to 60k? Because I would need it for whatever, like when we buy 230k, that would be the most logical way to do it. Lightning staff, a staff that channels lightning, dealing 65 damage every 1.1 second at the base, and increasing in damage the longer it strikes an enemy. Launch a healing. I mean, this sounds like an elemental shaman. Where's his heals going to come in, dude? This game is supposed to be called Paladins. They're the antithetical, whatever the fuck, antithesis of a Paladin, even though that's not really true, because you could say that's more like a Death Knight. That's how it was sort of framed in classic WoW. It's like, you know, only the Horde can become Shaman, only the Alliance can become Paladins. So it doesn't mean the Shamans are really bad like that. Although a lot of the historically evil characters were arguably that, like, whatever, Ner'zhul was technically a Shaman, not a... Or that's actually how they sort of framed it, I think. Like, it's a Shaman and a Paladin combining, and when they do that, they become a Death Knight somehow, like, right, like a fallen Paladin and a, whatever, Ner'zhul being in the block of ice. Launch a shocking projectile that bounces between enemies. Yeah, chain lightning, dealing 150 per bounce. Healing totem, deploy a totem that deals 256 allies within this area, so you're going to have only one heal, and it's going to be an auto heal one. Commune with the spirits to remove negative effects and become ethereal for a short time, but that's only on you. Surge with elemental. Like, what kind of a fucking healer is this, dude? You have one ability that's like a dinky fucking passive healing totem, like that clown Lucio in fucking Overwatch, and you consider that a healing character? This guy could easily be a damage character. Lightning ability that does damage, chain lightning ability, holy shit, become, you know, mobility, do a huge tempest of stuff. Like, does this sound like a healer's ult, a tempest? Surge with elemental power and take flight, speeding up and healing allies. Okay, it does heal people for 350 every 0.5 seconds while slowing and striking enemies at 200 for its duration. Take flight, speeding up and healing. Okay, this will be almost like a mercy type of ult. You'll just kind of float around like a bit of a clown. At least we won, you know, one game with each of those. I didn't even mind that guy, but his shot is not very easy to hit with. I don't know. The whole charge obviously is going to throw you off. And I guess you don't have to do that, but then that doesn't feel like he's doing enough. It's actually remarkable that we were even able to win one game given that, but... Okay, let's try to go on the best possible streak ever with this dude, because that's just the way it's going to have to go. We have Thrall at home. Thrall at home. This guy. Haha. Fuck. Warcraft Reforged, am I right? That's gotta be one of my stupidest permadeath losses ever too. Like I'm making fun, like how did Senjin die to a fucking Murloc? What a clown! And then I died to that same Murloc. It's partly maybe because I was even making fun of that. Like imagine dying to this fucking clown. So we have 2 healers and we have the whatever Rob. So between my passive healing totem and this chick's active, or it's not a chick, this guy's active heals, we should be good. In fact, it's almost thematic because that guy looks like a bit of a witch doctor sort of type himself. Between totems and all this kind of stuff. Wait, why does Rom look like that? Is Rom supposed to be a chick, or I don't even know? That looks so different than what I picture. I guess you can't tell inside the armor. You could redub Darth Vader as a female character and you wouldn't even know, right? It could have been all along. I am your mother instead of I am your father. Totemic Ward, gain a third. Charge of healing totem increased by 15%. Radius. Oh, you can have like multiple of the same time. I mean, that one mentions the totem, so I'm happy with that alone. This is like a very sprayable thing. Or it's not even a spray. It's just like a... whatever, like a channel. This is also the deathmatch thing. Going to be a little bit curious. But again, it incentivizes you to stay in one place, which is not really something that you're going to do. Right, because they're just going to wander around like a clown. Just whenever the queue is up, I'll just do it, but they're going to stay moving a little bit too much for that to make sense, I guess. But you shouldn't really spam them all like that, but... So the right click is going to be the chain lightning thing. And then the F is just going to be remove negative effects and stuff like that. This guy's getting a little bit too cocky, but his mobility is part of his whole charm, I guess. I at least want to stay by the... Yeah, what a surprise thing. Like, you go and you use your mobility thing, but that doesn't mean you have to do it, like, right that quickly. I like seeing those fucking vast numbers like that, though. Even though they're small amounts, just the spammable nature of it is nice. Oh, come on. This dude's been at 1 HP for, like, my whole fucking life. Yeah, you really shouldn't spam them that much, though, because use one, like, every once in a while. If you're staying mobile like that and being a nomadic shaman, basically. And, like, keep throwing them ahead of the thing like that. You're kind of leading them where to go with it. Right, like, you can throw them super far away and stuff. I don't know if it's me who's doing that much. I guess it's not really, but... It's always a good place to stay, like, right in the middle here. Okay, try to cheat death a little bit. I haven't used that very well. Of course, I'm not going to get any heals from anybody else. We're doing okay there, but let's just try to maintain it. This guy is still a little bit less of a clown than fucking Lucio, though, for all things considered. Let me guess, he's going to survive at 1 HP. Clown that I am. You actually seem to do a decent amount, or at least my aim isn't as shitty as normal, because it does feel kind of like, you know, you can just kind of channel it, so you're just click on their head. You don't even have to click. You can just literally mouse over their head, basically. Scroll over their head. So you're missing the vast majority of the time, but it doesn't matter because you know, whatever. You can just stand there. In a way, you can't even be blamed if people die because it's like... removes negative effects. You can't be blamed if you die because, oh wow, these last two are going to be washes out, not to jinx it, but because, you know, you're putting the passive down, and then if they don't do anything, that's their fault. I mean, having 3 down at once, you could say is a good thing, but then because they're moving so much, it's a little bit questionable. Out of all the healers, this guy's arguably one of the better ones you can have in, like, you know, this type of thing, because it is just passive and very easy to not worry about staying in one place too much. I'd like to use the ult, but I don't really know because I'm doing that mostly for myself. What a selfish healer. What? 32 to 12, pretty good. Might be one of the best ratios that we've seen. Not to jinx it, but this should be pretty clear. Yeah, the best healing you can do is just when you don't even do it yourself. It's just auto happening. Voracek over here. I should use my ult. Well, I guess I won't get to. I should use it just to see it. Fuck. Celebratory ult. Canyon Zenyatta moment. Which I still don't even know what that means. I like use my ult just for RP purposes or whatever. Just like after the battle was already over. And they're like, canyon. I guess it just means like you suck. Like you're so bad that you belong at the bottom of a canyon. Or that's like represents your rank. But 2, 4, 10. But you can't really worry about that as a healer too much. But compare it to the other healer. Like this dude. So he's 12, 1, and 10. And then obviously 22k damage, 16. So yeah, obviously healer diff, but since we're both on the same fucking team, it doesn't matter. I at least enjoy playing healers. Yeah, see, I got gold for that. It's mainly just at least when you win. So we will have the 60k. We will have the 3 champion tokens. So we literally need like 1 free character, right? And we're pretty much set if we look at it. So not to get cocky, but I mean, I already have enough resources, assuming that's how the champion tokens work, which I don't know whether it is how they work or not. Just don't steal my fucking grog guy, dude. What a hilarious kind of thing to this game, though. Never mind the fact that he has all passive stuff. I'm just talking about the fact that he's like, you know, that all these characters only have 1 healing ability. At least some of them are like, okay, you know, in Overwatch or something, some abilities will be like, if you hit your enemy with it, it does damage. If you hit an ally with it, it heals them. A lot of these are not even like that. It's just like you have 1 heal and that's it. And it often has a decent cooldown. So like when you're not doing that, you just can't do anything. Right? Like that last chick we played, every 8 seconds you can heal and then you just fucking sit there. I guess the F kind of does, but you have like 1 activatable heal and that's it. You just got to kind of move the chains a little bit with the, like a football term, move the chains with the totems and just keep, you know, marching them up the board, and kind of, it's a good way for you almost to signal to your team like, oh, let's keep moving forward. Instead of using those stupid ping things that it gives you, you can just keep throwing the fucking totem, be like, you should be moving forward. Frozen guard, capture the objective, first 4 points wins. So now it's the irony of opposite of what I always say. This guy is a, you know, role classes are better for these than they are for the deathmatch, but this guy might actually be better for that, right? It's hard to say, but that was one of the best team deathmatch things we've seen. Decrease the cooldown of healing totem 3 seconds after activating Ghost Walk. I mean, I'd only care about the one that has to do with the totems because they're very much what I'm all about. I don't really care about the damage that I do. It almost felt like I was doing a lot of damage just because I could connect with stuff, right? What a satisfying idea that you can actually land hits, but it's not hard when you're like literally spraying over the whole battlefield. Like, this is beyond spray and pray. It's more like lightning and pray. Just fucking literally move your cursor all over the map and you'll eventually hit something, because it's very not punishing for missing, unlike that last guy we just played, which suits a tank to have like a heavy shot like that. But you know, play like fucking Winston and just you lock onto them. Oh, for some reason I thought that thing would open. I mean, your only responsibility here is to drop the totems, but the point is this guy should be more damage focused then, because all you're doing really is trying to focus on doing damage, because you just do the Q whenever it's up and that's it, right? There's not much you can really do. Just spam the thing, spam everything. That's almost how these games should be played, and sometimes I'm too OCD or whatever to actually do that, but it's like use every ability whenever it's up without any, you know, nuance or whatever to it. Just use it just because you can. And that's usually better than what I often do. Or I'm throwing them kind of too far there, which I'm not really trying to lead them in that sense, but that's not a bad start. It's always hard to maintain these though. Like you'll win the first thing and then it's impossible to win it again or something. Oh wow. How did he kill me at that angle? I don't even get it. What goes meow in the night? I don't think we've ever seen that one before. Got like a little old god Cthulhu fucking tentacle coming out there. That's not what they're called in the Lovecraft universe, is it? They're called like outer gods, not old gods. But I always just confuse it because of how, whatever. Because of how, WoW is just such a... It actually did a pretty good job, the Warcraft universe, at portraying all that. Revealed, yeah, no shit. Let's just keep putting these down. There's not much else you really can do. It makes you not even want to kill the tank because it's just such a waste of time. Like, how much can you really do that shit, dude? I don't know exactly how that even works, but it did work out. It's just all passive shit. Like, that's all this guy is. Suits me perfectly. Your heal is a passive, just put the fucking totem down and does the work for you. Your ult is passive, just roam around and it'll auto heal and auto hit everything around you. Like, it's for dumb clowns like me, mostly. Yeah, I'd love to see weapon accuracy though on a dude like this. Why does it seem like nobody's just even capable of hitting me? They're almost as bad at aiming as a tank as I am. And then they gave up trying to hit me. Like, yeah, sure, they killed me there, but it's like, I should have easily died a little bit sooner. We're obviously not going to get the second point, but it's okay. As long as you can keep consistently getting the first one, that's more important because, you know, first of all, you would just win by default that way. But also, it's the fact that, I guess using my ult there was completely pointless then, too. Unless you thought they were going to, whatever. Like... It's not gonna help you do anything here. So to pad my damage stats there, like in WoW, when you would fucking use your cooldowns right at the beginning of a fight and pull aggro on something and then blame the tank for being so shitty. Yeah, we didn't even come close to getting the second point. We got a little complacent, cocky, whatever. No overtime for that one. I don't fully understand the I love getting a kill there. Like, it's in slow-mo and the round is already over, but you still, it still lets you get a kill and it still counts it towards your score and stuff. So they're on a good streak and all, like with all their crazy, you know, things there, but we still somehow were able to do what we had to do as long as we get the first push. We do have a couple ults up, so it'd be a shame if we lost this first encounter. My ultimate is ready. My ultimate is ready. Help. Yeah, now a character that I won't like as much, I'll do better on or something. Just because of what a clown show the passives are. Like, I don't hate it, but it's just not what I really would want to do. Everybody should just use their ults and it should be fine. I don't know how I died that quickly. I wasn't really paying attention. See, that one thing could make the difference in the whole match now. They'll win it now by the time we get back there. Not that I'm the defining factor here, but you could still... And the problem is if you die at different times, then you come back at different times, and then that creates a whole problem. But this will turn the tide of literally the whole fight. See, sometimes that's worth it just to dive to try to contest, but it just didn't work. As long as we don't give him a second point, that's fine. Or you just keep equalizing and getting a point for even defending, which is a lot easier, I guess, to do, but... How did we win the first one so smoothly? I guess this time they had their ults too, but we can't really complain about that because we had 3 ults as well. It makes it look almost like I'm doing that bit of damage, but I'm not. I have my ult up. Okay. I like sometimes the lack of mobility of the characters in this game, though. Not that you don't have the mobility abilities, but like it doesn't feel as cheese to like strafe back and forth, right? Like if you're kind of standing there like a clown like me, you are kind of a deer in the headlights and an easier target to hit and stuff like that, especially for some of the bigger targets. Whatever, that's still worth it, I guess. Be pretty amazing if we held this point back. You can always push it back too, which is the whole good part about it. Fuck these clowns. Dude, you really think you're gonna get 2 points on us here? You should be able to push that shit back very, very slowly. The most overpowered ability in a game like this, or at least in a game mode like this, would be somebody who could actually affect this. Wow, you have like a push ability that's like a punch, and it actually pushes that forward. Wow. What a crazy idea. That guy's health bar is always deceptive because he's always hiding behind his clown shield. Okay, we probably will lose in that time, although we got so close. 20 seconds, it'll be contested all day. They don't have their epic healer, though, to carry them. But that ult was, oh my god. The ult was actually pretty good in terms of how it helped us push back and all. Come on, can we not get like one good streak? It still feels like a triumphant thing though, just because we got the free stuff. Well, whatever, like I'm doing it just to do it, but basically the series should have been over a while ago, and it was pretty bad too. Like obviously Overwatch showed it more raw. Like if it's gonna go that badly, they're not gonna give you free shit, so you're just screwed. Right, it is nice that this game gives you free heroes, but then also the episodes weren't that long, and also I would only play like once a week, so it kind of worked out to basically try to, you know, it worked out in such a way that you're able to take advantage of that even more. Not that that's really why I did it that way. I just don't have as much time now, and, you know, I wouldn't be doing it like every day or anything like that. We won the first point, all things even, all things considered. So there's something weird about it because I don't understand how it changed so drastically here. Maybe I put them too far in there. That's amazing. We win the first point and then it's just all downhill. You get swept out. It's like you're an 8 seed in the NBA and you win the first game against the 1 seed and then you lose 4 in a row. Like, wow, we actually have a chance to win this. Or even like how Allen Iverson wins the first game in 2001 finals or something. And why is that tank overextending so far out, right? That could be his last mistake, although it's obviously not going to be. Overtime. Okay. Well. Now, I certainly won't say that I threw any of those just to... Seems like I'm doing both a lot. I think it's deceptive, right? I'm not doing a lot of damage, but I'm hitting them a lot of times because I'm actually a new talent unlocked that I could ever use. Am I right? 38k and 28k. See, collectively, at least that's fine. Although this chick healed for fucking 79k, so holy shit. Look at that, Saris. You don't really care about the KDA stuff as much as the healer, but... yeah, that's very impressive, the amount of healing they did. But again, is the healing even my fault, really? Because it's like, the totems are auto doing what they're doing, so there's only so much you can do with it. But I won't say I played particularly well there either. Yeah, let's just celebrate the fact that we'll probably do what we have to do here. Why did I get so much for that? What the fuck? 68. So like I said, I could buy both of these right now, and then I could buy... But I'm not going to do it because I'm going to still rely on like a free one. So whichever ones aren't free, I'll start to do that with. So Inara is going to be 30k. Like I said, we have the champion token. So 1, 2, 3. There's only one thing that we need to come up as free. And so I'm going to just let that be. We have 2 healers, 2 tanks, and 2 damage to play. And obviously, there's just something weird about it. Like maybe it's more competitive at this stage than you would think, but this game in general doesn't seem as competitive as like Overwatch or whatever, for whatever reason. It seems at least more laid back, so I'm not really sure. And of course you can't say, oh well, you can't take full credit or blame for something because you're playing like a multiplayer game that way. But that, I embrace the format of it. I love this format that I can even sort of take a bit of ownership of, because I don't know how many people do stuff like this, but it works in so many games. Like Smash Brothers, you can do it. Okay, I'm playing Smash Brothers online, whatever, the new one for the first time on the Switch. Not that it was really new at that point. And then it's like every time I'll play as each character until I lose, and then I move on to the next one. It's good for two reasons, right? Number one, it's just fun, and it creates like a high standard and all this kind of stuff, and you get more immersed. But also, it gives you either like an epic memory streak to go by, like, wow, remember that time I won 25 games in a row with Mario or something, like some crazy stuff like that. Or it at least gives you a variety of characters, so one way or the other it's entertaining that way. Either you get to play as like every character in the game, or you get a really crazy streak with one that you're sort of fighting for, and it gives you like a format within a format. And it also counteracts the endlessly replayable nature of some of these games, where it feels kind of like, you know, you could just kind of keep playing the same one over and over, and there's no context or format to it. And I'm kind of like that. Like, look at how I play chess or whatever. You can just kind of do it too much, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have, obviously. But either for the sake of time, or either just for the sake of freshness, like, you could do that, but this gives it at least more of a context or a structure to it, where there's like a clear beginning and end point and criteria for why it's going on or where it's going.